go and check the damn mail and tell me why this man didn't send a damn check.
Every time I swag, I get money with my swag is better than yours.
What's up, guys? Hello. Welcome back to my channel. We're gonna make this video pretty quickly because as you can hear, my voice is doing something weird and we're in a different setting today, only because my sister is finally going back to college so I can have the room back and my normal background. So we're just doing a little feng shui today. So I'm here today to basically tell you guys about my personal experience with Indeed and just some scams that I've ran across. I started using Indeed around, I'm gonna say maybe 2014-ish, 2014, 2015, like right around the time I was about to graduate college and I was looking for like real jobs. I have been using it and I'm still using it now. I haven't had any like major issues, but I did run across two big scams that I want everyone to kind of know about and just be aware. So the very first one happened to me back in 2015. So it was literally like a couple months after I graduated in May. So this happened around, I'm gonna say around August-ish. So basically what it was is that I was applying for a job online, and I'm gonna read you guys exactly what it said because I saved it. I saved it all these years just so I can read exactly what it said. Okay, so as you can see, the title of the job says Public Relations Assistant, Entry-Level Marketing. Now, my major is entertainment industry production, and I have a minor in music vocal emphasis, but the basically marketing and PR kind of falls under the same umbrella that is with my degree. So I was applying for just anything in the entertainment industry in general, so that was A&R, production, PR, anything like that. So that's why I was looking for this, just so you know. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, cool, this should be fine. So I read it and everything seemed kind of legit, but what I want to focus on key for this story is where it says responsibilities. So responsibility says maintain and build relationships with the key accounts. Okay, develop and execute a sales and marketing plan for key accounts that meet or exceed sales and margin targets. Okay, that still seems PR-ish. Grow existing product offerings with key accounts while introducing new product opportunities. Okay, so you know, all of this seems kind of good. You know, work closely with key accounts and marketing department on establishing strategic face at retail values. You know, so all of that stuff seems pretty, you know, saying along the lines of somebody that is doing a PR job. So I didn't think anything of it. I did apply for it. They called me back within the next day. We had a phone interview, we had a Skype call interview, and then the third interview, they was like, we want you to come to Atlanta and basically let's tell you even more about the job, let you kind of see what's going on and all that good stuff. So at the time, I didn't have any money, so I'm over here begging my mama to like give me money so I can drive all the way to Atlanta for this, because I'm thinking, oh, this is my first job, my first real job. So I basically get up within a day or so and drive to Atlanta, and I get there and everything seems fine. The office building is like legit, everything seems totally fine, until I go inside one of the offices and talk to, I guess, like the HR person, and they're talking, everything still seems kind of fine until they said, yeah, so one of our main retailers or people that we work with is Sam's and Costco. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. You know, I heard it and I was just like, okay, that is kind of weird that would be your only two, because in my head I'm thinking this is like a PR job, so we work with a bunch of different companies. And when ooh,
bro, y'all are some bad friends. Why didn't you tell me my hands was all crusty rusty? Girl, I'm over here talking and waving my hands around and got all kind of ass. Hold on, girl. Damn.
There we go. Now I got that good cocoa butter going. But anyway, like I was saying, so they basically told us that, okay, well, we're going to send you to this Sam's location. We want you to go and meet with this particular person, talk with her, and then she'll kind of basically give you a hands-on of what exactly we do for these companies. So I'm still not seeing any super major red flags. So I drive to the Sam's, and there's another group of people that all dressed up nicely, you know, look about my age, around like early 20s ish. And then there was another guy that was sitting at a table, and I was like, you waiting for so and so? He was like, yeah, all right, cool. So we're waiting on this lady, and she brings the first group back, and they're sitting there taking a bunch of notes. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, so this must be intense. So, you know, she got them taking notes and things. So when she gets done with that group, then she comes to me and the other guy. So she's telling us all these things, like, you need to write this down, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I'm taking notes intently, like, okay, this is about to be intense. And then she walks us to midway through the store and say, okay, I'm gonna show y'all what you're gonna be doing. And we're like, okay, you know, me and the guys are like, okay, all right. So tell me why this heifer takes us to a trunk show. Like, you know how when you go into Sam's and they be having those trunk shows with different things, like displaying different things, they'd be like pots and pans and gadgets and all kind of different. That's basically what it was. So now, mind you, the title for this job said public relations assistant, entry-level marketing. So I'm trying to figure out, now like I said, correct me y'all in these comments, like, I don't see how selling, like doing a trunk show and marketing go hand in hand. Like, in my head, marketing is you have a client, you help them market their business, you know what I mean, as far as like commercials and I don't know, different like little events. So that's what I'm thinking that it is. But in real life time, it's just those people that basically sell products in Sam's Club. So those people that you either take their food and go, or you try to avoid them at all costs, or you don't want to sit there and be suckered into buying something that basically Sam's Club doesn't sell. So I just thought that was kind of disappointing, because like I said, I drove all the way from Mississippi, and they knew that I drove all the way from Mississippi, and they could have told me that, oh, this is just what this is. So I don't even know why they would market it like that. That's just, I don't know, like I said, I don't understand how PR assistant entry-level marketing translates to you're gonna be doing a trunk show in Sam's Club. So I just felt kind of duped and kind of scammed. So of course I left at Sam's crying my eyes out, because I thought that I had a job of the lifetime, and I knew that my mom had gave me money to get there, and then like she had to call her best friend for me to spend the night because we didn't have any money for a hotel. So it was just a lot that had went on that day. So that is definitely something you have to look out for. A lot of these companies are so desperate to hire people on the spot that they will basically go on Indeed and basically almost make up or use a really big fancy title for something that's really, really simple. So make sure that when you apply for it and they call you, ask all of the questions, like, what exactly am I going to be doing, you know, in detail, and who am I going to be working with, where am I going to be working. So just make sure that you ask those questions, because that was my first time experiencing that back in 2015. I'm more aware that it goes on now, but at the time, like I said, I was just graduating college. I was just really eager to get my first real job, so I didn't really think in my head like that this was basically one of those situations. So that's the lightweight, you know, scam. So just be aware of that. Now, the heavyweight scam. So this scam, I don't know if it's super recent, but I went online and I saw that this is an old scam that they've kind of tweaked a little bit to kind of make it functional for the 21st century. So basically what it is that, well, I'm gonna just tell you what happened. So literally last week, I get an email from a company. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up once again like we did the other one, so you can see along with me. I get this email that the title of it says administrative candidate administrative assistant candidate. Chelsea Welch applied on Indeed. Okay, so that was the title of the email. And it came from a guy named Robert Pomazal, I'm gonna assume. It either sounds Arabic or Hispanic, one of the two. I wasn't really quite sure. But basically the email reads is that compliment of the season. We received your resume that was submitted via Indeed.com. You have been shortlisted and offered a job with me as my new assistant and would be doing work for Tall Tree Investments as an independent contractor. Now, okay. I recently was looking for a second job and I was applying on Indeed like crazy because I needed a job really, really quickly. So the email at first didn't shock me. Like, it didn't come across as anything crazy because I'm pretty sure I did apply for administrative assistant job because that's kind of what I do at my full-time job. So I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, oh, okay, I probably need to apply for that, knowing me. So, you know, everything was kind of okay until I read this part of the email that says, my name is Robert Pomazal. I'm 56 years old. I will describe myself as a generous, fun-loving, youthful soul who loves his family and work partners. To me, that sounded like a Tinder account, but you know, I was just like, maybe he's just a friendly guy like that. That didn't really come off as professional to me, but I just wanted to just mention that. Now, the next part that you need to pay attention to that says the days and hours are flexible. I'll need your services 2 to 3 times weekly with maximum of 10 hours weekly for now. And I'm like, okay, right now I have 2 jobs now, and I was looking for like a little side hustle on the side. So I was like, okay, well, perfect. That'll like fit in perfectly. 2 to 3 hours a week. I can like, not 2 to 3 days a week. I can do that. I'm off 2 days a week. And then he said 10 hours. That's not really much at all. So I was just like, okay, so all the listing of what he needed made sense. So as far as like maintain task, handle calls, all that kind of stuff like that. The next thing I need you to remember is that the basic salary for this, he said $500 a week. Now, I don't know what job besides, you know, being a lovely pole dancer or a prostitute that you can get $500 a week with only doing 2 to 3 days out of the week, working 10 hours weekly. Now, that should have been a red flag. Which it kind of was, but I still was thinking, you know, okay, let me see where this goes. So the only thing that he said was, basically he was like, just fill out this below, which is like first name, last name, street address, blah, 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 just basic stuff. So I didn't really think none of it then. And then it was like, we'll email you all of the I-9 and W-4 documents, all that stuff like that. So what I did was I responded back and said, good morning, everything sounds great, that'll work. I'm just, you know, let me know when you want to do a face-to-face interview. And then I sent back the information there. The next day, he sends this email that basically was like, approval. Now, the first email said that I was supposed to get a face-to-face interview, and then this one said approval, and I'm like, okay, I don't really know what that means. So basically, he was like, you know, still saying, you know, this is still opportunity for us to work together, blah, blah, blah. And I received your first email, and still telling me a bunch of that he wanted me to do on there, and I'm like, okay. So that was that email, and then I responded back to that one saying, I have received this notification and okay, everything still sounds good so far. So I was just like, okay, well, why would you send me 2 emails basically saying the same thing that you said the first time? So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So the next thing that struck me as odd is that I got a text message from this guy, Mr. Robert. So basically, I got a text message that said, trust you are keeping well, Chelsea. I have received information regarding the position of a PT personal assistant. Your application has been approved. I just sent you an email. Please check and reply to confirm. So that was that email that I just sent, the second one that I had replied back to. Now, that was the only 2 emails that I sent back. I didn't send back anything else after that. So the next thing that I got was a text message again the next day that said, once again, check your emails. So I checked it, I checked the emails, and he basically sent this, basically saying, trust that you are keeping well. I just received confirmation that your first trial task has been sent. I'm donating it to the foster homes and medical stores. Now, foster homes, I'm like, okay, but medical stores, what medical store needs donations? Like, I don't even know where a medical store is. Like Walmart, you talking Target? Like, I didn't even know. Like, I thought like hospitals and stuff get their stuff like sent to them. So I've never known of like a medical store. So like I said, I haven't responded, but just from me reading it, I was like, okay, this is kind of getting a little weird. Okay, so he was just like, kindly let me know when you receive it, and I will also notify you as soon as I get a tracking number for further instructions. Now, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm thinking he's gonna send me stuff, like send me like a package of stuff to go and take somewhere. But I'm still in my head like, okay, we haven't had a face-to-face interview. You basically told me that you was gonna send me paperwork first before I do anything. So none of this has happened. And the email also had stated that he was gonna open up an office near me. So I just was like, okay, like I said, but I still haven't like actually responded back. I sent those 2 emails and that was it. The next morning, mind you, like I said, this happened last week. The next morning, I got, good morning, Chelsea. Trust you are keeping well. I have a confirmation that your first task has been delivered to you this morning. And I also sent you an email. Please check and confirm that you received it ASAP. Thanks. So I go and check the damn mail and tell me why this man didn't send a damn check. He done sent a check for $1,750. $1,750. Now, in my head, I instantly was like, okay, yeah, this is a scam, because there's no way on God's green earth that somebody's just gonna send you that amount of money, and we've been talking less than 48 hours at the time, so it just didn't make any sense of why you was sending me the money. Now, what also struck me as not even odd, but it was just really funny, and let me find the email real quick, was that the the email that he sent after the check was delivered to my home was even more, it's just actually funny. It's not even like a scam. I already know it's a scam, but it's just the email is funny. So the fact that he's saying, trust you're keeping well, that's, I'm gonna assume that's his like little greeting. This is also like, this is another thing you have to look out for, y'all. I'm sorry, there's something on my sock. Another thing you have to look out for when it comes to these sorts of things is that read the English, like read how these sentences are structured, because some of the ways that it was structured was kind of weird. Like I've had some that was way more broken English than this, but really just read it. Like really just read it either out loud or to your or like to yourself, and just like say, like just really listen to it and be like, okay, is this something that sounds kind of normal? Because low key this sounds like somebody foreign. Like nobody professional that I know starts off an email saying trust that you're keeping well. Like what is this? Like I don't understand. So basically he was giving me a tracking number for the FedEx package, but at that time I had already opened it up and already had it. This consists of the paycheck to purchase items for the foster home and your weekly payment. Kindly deposited this morning via ATM or mobile deposit. Funds will be available hopefully tomorrow morning. As soon as funds are available, kindly deduct your first week's payment of $500. I have attached the wish list of items to purchase at the nearby store around you to this email. Kindly confirm that you received the FedEx package. Awaiting your reply, Robert. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is even more weird, but I went and I looked at the list. Now the list is very kind of comical, y'all. This is how I know these scam people are kind of stupid, because it'll be different if you messaged me and you said, hey, go to this particular foster home and get this particular things. Now I know I'm pretty aware of the group homes here in Mississippi, so it'd be different if he named one of those and say get this, and then everything kind of matched up, because everybody does stuff online now, so nobody really sends out a specific list of things to you unless you directly email them and say, hey, I want to do something a little special, like what can I get you? But everything, like I said, I did some Googling like all throughout these 3 days, and the company that he first sent me, when I Googled it, there was a company that popped up on Google, but I didn't think nothing of it because there's nothing to create a Google business. Hell, I can create a fucking business called Hurry Up Shrimp and make it a business on Google, and that's not, it doesn't take much to create a business on Google. So I didn't really think nothing of it because with the website kind of looked fake. It didn't really look legit to me, and I can kind of spot out a fake website because like when you click on certain things, like it's very generic stuff, and then like sometimes at the bottom, like some of these people are kind of stupid because at the bottom it'll say made by whatever. Like I'm not knocking Wix or anything like that kind of makes your website domain, but most real like INC companies like have enough money to get a real website made. So I could just tell the website was kind of fake. So I was just like, okay, now back to this list. The list is kind of hilarious. So it said food for the orphans. Food for the orphans, not this is where you need to donate to, like this is this company that we're getting this for, just food for the orphans. This clearly looks like somebody typed this up in Microsoft Word. It has a little greeting at the top to Robert or whatever, but it's the actual list that struck me as odd because it said for the nursery, 4 diapers, 5 diaper wipes, 3 diaper rash ointment, 5 baby powder, 3 waterproof pad, whatever the fuck that is, 2 bumpers. Bumpers are actually, by the way, I don't have children, but I know that bumpers are really, really bad for babies. You have to get a breathable one or just don't do it at all. But I'm just saying, just a side note. 2 fitted sheets, 3 blankets, 3 changing pad or table, and 2 diaper pails. Now, what? This looked like a grocery list to me, y'all. Like, this looked like a damn grocery list. Like, what in the world, what group home or orphanage, whatever you want to call it, is going to send you a list that specifically has said, like, I don't even think you can go to the store and buy 4 diapers. Like, I don't even think you can just go in the store and be like, I'm going to get 4 diapers. Like, no, you have to buy a whole pack of them motherfuckers. So it's like, I'm just not understanding this list. Like, I'm like, the list doesn't make any sense. And then like with like what's on here, with especially with it being so specific like this, why would you send me $1,700? Like, even if I would have taken out that $500 and then bought all of this stuff, like baby stuff don't cost that much, y'all, especially with what this list said. So I just think that it's kind of weird to send that specific amount. So I knew this was a scam, but I was just intrigued. Like 95% of me was like, this is a scam, don't worry about it, I'm not even gonna respond anymore. But there was a good 5% of like the scammer in me that was like, ooh, what kind of scam is this? Because so far it wasn't making any sense to me as to why like you would message me and send me a check and tell me to go deposit it and then go buy all this stuff. Because I don't know who would fall for this, because there was no instructions, like clear instructions of like, take it to this place and blah 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 blah. Like I just want to understand like why you would send me money to go buy some stuff. Like even if I was that gullible, like where am I sending this stuff to? And then I was thinking in my head, like, why would you want me to deposit it in my account? Like, that doesn't give you access. And like I said, unless nowadays they got some fancy tracker scanner thing that can connect to your account from you depositing a check, I don't understand how you would even get access to my account for doing that. Like I said, come in these comments and let me know, but I don't understand how that could even correlate. So the next day I already know the check is fake because it kind of felt kind of fake. I'm gonna show y'all the check in just a second. I gotta go grab it, but the check felt kind of fake, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take it to a bank because I knew I wasn't gonna deposit it, but I wanted like a bank person to touch this, look at it, and confirm whether or not this was a legit check. So I went to a local bank here in Mississippi called Bank Plus because that was the only thing that was open early in the morning when I got off work at 8. So I went there and I wasn't able to physically film in there, but I did do a voice recording. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to the voice recording and see what the bank teller has to say. How are you doing? I had a quick question. I don't have an account here, but I'm an audio engineer and I do like music and stuff. So I did some work for somebody that's in California and they sent me the check, but the check doesn't seem legit. But I wanted to let somebody else look at it. That was at a bank, so I wasn't sure if y'all could.
No, we wouldn't know. Is it a Bank Plus check? I don't know if anybody here could really look at it and tell if it's.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel legit, so I wasn't sure if like maybe y'all had a better eye than I did, so. Cause I just wanted to double check before I did anything with it.
Okay, if you go back up here, maybe Diane or Jim or Amy, I'm not sure. If you go up here, like where these glass deals are, the last glass office on the left.
Okay.
Diane should be in there, and then, she might can help on the left.
Okay,
Last glass
gotcha.
office.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Miss Diane. Hi. Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
I was asking her. I do music for people that's out of state and stuff like that, and I had one of my clients send me a check for my service, but it felt kind of weird, so I wasn't sure if I can get somebody like at a bank that could take a look at it for me, or just kind of, I guess, get like a better expert to your eye. Because I just wasn't, because they sent it.
I'm glad you're being leery.
Yeah.
So much stuff going on.
Yeah, they just sent it to me in the mail yesterday, and I was like, I don't know about this. It feels kind of weird, so I just didn't want to do nothing.
Sure, it's weird.
Yeah, it felt weird, so that's why I said I wasn't quite
You have not
sure.
done anything to this, and I guarantee you'll get something back if you have not already, where they want you to send them money. This is no good.
Yeah.
I can assure you. And what they do, they get a real account number and a real routing number, and it did come back as counterfeit.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, it just felt.
I am so thankful you checked on that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Because I'm
cause
dealing with one right now that, with a girl that did not believe. She said, no, it's real.
no, I've gotten like a cashier check before, so it was like when I took it out of the thing, I was like, man, this was kind of, I don't know about it.
I know, but it's not necessarily filled. We just see these amounts right here all the time. Nope.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you so much.
No,
Because, see,
they
that messed
no.
up your account big time.
Yeah, no, that's what I wasn't. No, I was like, let me go and get a second opinion.
I
Just-
thank you.
No.
You're very smart.
No, thank you, because I just wanted to double check, because I was like, I don't, because like I said,
Yeah,
I
'cause
do.
It could cause you to lose your account.
Thing,
They
but-
got their eyes on you, so
Yeah.
beware.
No, that's okay. That's why I had them sign papers. So I'm
Thank you for being so
Thank you.
observant.
Okay, I appreciate it. You have a good day, okay? Okay, so as you can hear, the lady instantly, like the moment that she touched it and she saw it, she was like, oh no, this is fake. The thing that kind of struck me as crazy was that she said that she noticed the amount on the check. Like that's what set her off, because she said that she's seen a lot of these checks that come in, people try to deposit it into their account. And with the way that banks are set up now, if your bank allows you to deposit checks without going inside, they would have caught it the next day, because I accidentally one time like deposited a check. This is when I was in Regions. I deposited a check and I accidentally entered in the wrong amount, like the dollar amount, as far as like $1. It was like $10 off, I think. I didn't notice it until I saw the amount deposited into my in my checking account at midnight. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do with that. So, but literally, I swear to you, like when I woke up, like I guess once the bank opened, like somebody comes and collects it out of the machine, they noticed it instantly, changed it instantly. So even if I would have deposited it like that, it would have gotten caught, especially if I would have tried to did it in person, it would have gotten caught. So I'm gonna show y'all the check because I kept it just so y'all can see what it looks like in person. Okay, so here's the check here. As you can see, everything looks pretty legit. And it has a routing number, it has this cool little seal at the bottom, and then I'm gonna show y'all the back of it here. Okay, so the back of it, as you can see, has pretty much all of the markings for a regular check. It has the little thing on the back, original copy, and all that kind of good stuff. But the thing that I noticed about the check instantly when I got this in the mail was that, one, it feels kind of flimsy. I don't know if you can kind of tell how flimsy this is, but it feels flimsy. But I didn't really think too much about it because this is like a cashier's check. So if you go to a bank and you get a cashier's check, they do print that out for you on the spot. So I didn't really think nothing of it because they print out on paper at the bank. But also, I Googled both of the addresses on here to see if they were legit. City National Bank is a legit bank. It is in Beverly Hills, California. So that is a legit bank. However, the Citoff whatever Garnet Inc. is not a thing. So when I Googled this company, nothing popped up. When I Googled the address is actually up for sale right now in Beverly Hills. And I saw that it popped up on Zillow and a bunch of other different places as a vacant empty lot. So I thought that was also kind of stupid because it's like, why would you put on a check a place that you can clearly Google and realize that it's not a real place? Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's because I Google things a lot just to make sure that either stuff is legit or whatever the case may be. So this like got me for like a hot second, but this particular one just kind of stood out to me because I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand what the point of it was, because the thing about it is that if I would have deposited this into my account and they noticed it, they was gonna close my account. They was gonna close it. So I don't understand like why you would like deposit, like if I deposited the check and I took the money out of $500 and they was gonna close my account and then I was gonna have to owe that 1,000 something. So it to me, it doesn't make any sense of why you would do this type of a scam. Like I said, comment below if this kind of is making sense to you, to where like this would be a good scam. But I'm not understanding like how you sending somebody a check, them depositing it, taking out money, and then having their accounts closed is gonna do you any good. Because like it'll be different if like he emailed me and was like, let me get your social, or let me get your routing and account information. Like that would make more sense to me for you to scam me like in that way. But you sending me this check to deposit into my account for it to close, I don't know, like to me that didn't make any sense. And just the whole lead up to it just seemed kind of stupid. Like I said, I could tell this was somebody that wasn't American. The only thing like that was a little like advanced was that some stuff added up and some stuff didn't. Like the Robert guy, his email address and phone number and his address. So Robert, I'm convinced, is a real person that stays in Houston, because he had a Houston address, he had a Houston telephone number. So Robert somewhere in Houston chilling. Now who he be working for to do all this stuff, I don't know. I just didn't understand the whole point of that. But then I went on Indeed's Indeed's little forum, and a lot of people have said that they've had similar emails with similar wordings, and some people were unfortunately gullible enough to fall for this and have had just all kind of issues with their bank and not knowing money and all kind of stuff. So those two things is what has happened to me so far with applying for Indeed. Now Indeed is a really good company. I'm still using it. However, you have to be aware that these sorts of things happen, because nowadays like people aren't falling for the typical robocalls anymore. Well, most of us younger people aren't. So they have to get a little bit more creative. They know that we're still in a recession and people are desperate for jobs. So this seems like a legit, I don't know, I just don't understand the like point of this particular scam. But y'all let me know in the comments if any of these happen to you, as far as you got misled by a title of a job on Indeed, or you've had a scam like this come across you. Let me know if this happened to you or a friend or anything like that, and let me know how it turned out or how you handled it. And if you've seen any other scams on Indeed, comment, drop them below, and then just like let me know, you know, what to do with that, because like I said, I'm still gonna use Indeed. I'm just cautious, that's all. I've been cautious this whole time, but just wanted to let you guys know, for those of y'all that are out there about to graduate college or is leading another job right now or looking for a job, just be aware of these things. But that's all I got to say, you guys. I hope this video wasn't too terribly long. I tried to talk as quickly as I possibly could. Also, can we not be in my comments talking about you talk too much? That has got to be the dumbest fucking comment I have ever seen on my page. Like, most of my videos are talking videos, but I try really hard in my titles to say this is a review, this is a rant, or whatever the case may be. Like, most people that watch me know that that's what we do. We have these discussions. So and then on top of it, it's YouTube. People talk on their videos. Like, if you wanted a slideshow, go type in slideshow. But please, y'all, I'm tired of seeing those comments. I've clapped back at a couple of the trolls, but from here on out, you will be deleted. So let's not say that in the comments, because nobody will see you. Instant delete. You will be deleted. So let's not be negative. Let's not do any of that type of nonsense, okay? And yeah, that's all. I'm gonna get off on a little rant soapbox, but yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'm gonna see you guys later.